Hello, my loves. This is for all of my Gemini sun and rising ascendant signs. This will be a full moon in Scorpio tarot reading for you, as well as an in-depth description of where this full moon in Scorpio energy is happening in your life. So let's get into it. To begin, Gemini, this transit of full moon in Scorpio is happening in your 6th house. And this is sort of your house of doing your chores. This is the house that is ruled by Virgo and covers your daily habits, your routines, bettering yourself, and basically self-care and taking care of yourself. So off the top of my head, this is going to be an interesting time for maybe having revelations, emotional or feeling revelations about what your routines and your daily habits look like. And with the Virgo, we have a tarot correspondence to the Virgo being the Hermit. So this may be a time for you to really be going in, doing self-reflective work, wanting to figure out what is the best way to live in your values and how do you bring that into your everyday life. So we see that the Hermit card is the like either Mercury or Chiron in Virgo, and some of the questions that the Hermit card asks us are, you know, where is your light leading you? Where is your integrity? Where do you step into living your values? A bunch of things like that. You know, there's a lot going on with it. So the Hermit sets out on a solitary quest for meaning. So this might be a time for you to do some self-reflective work. So your health, daily routine, work, and habits are being illuminated or are under the spotlight right now. And your well-being matters more now, be it physical or mental. Your exercise and diet may reach a new peak during this time period, or a work project might come to fruition. And you might feel under weather due to overwork, which increases your sense of dissatisfaction. And the 6th house also rules over your pets and the people or the children that you take care of. So there might be something going on with your pets. And Gemini in particular with a Scorpio, the sign in which the moon is located influences how that energy of the moon is manifesting. So with it in Scorpio, the emotions are uncomfortably tense, especially for Gemini, which is more usually an airy, thoughtful, innovative, idea, communicative sort of sign. So this is precisely why this specific transit is going to be helpful for you, Gemini. You can look in the mirror and say, this is like the time for me to change something. Or you may be identifying bad habits that you have that haven't been leading towards your goals, towards your objectives and your successes. So this is a good time to do some self-reflection and examination to find where you can bring those into alignment. And so what truly matters to you and how can you better dedicate yourself to this purpose is the question you can ask yourself during this time. And so you don't want to use this as a time where you blame the people that you are in relationships with for your bad habits. This is a time for you to do some self-reflective work, to make these changes from yourself, and then hopefully and potentially be a role model for the other people in your life to also make changes that will help better them. But this is letting go of holding others accountable for your feelings and your actions. It can also be good to devote yourself in service of something. The 6th house is also known as the house of service and of taking care of community. So figuring out what you really care about and then making that a daily routine for yourself. So those are the energies of the full moon in Scorpio for you, Gemini. Up next, we're going to do a tarot reading for the full moon in Scorpio. And so I want you to think back to what you were doing in November of 2020, because that is when the full moon, the new moon in Scorpio occurred. And so during that time, the specific issues, challenges, areas of life that were brought into the spotlight for you then are going to be coming into a conclusion at this point with the full moon in Scorpio. And we're doing a adapted Celtic cross tarot spread. And so, and if you're interested, you can get the link for that tarot spread in the bio below. So, the first card, your current situation, is the Emperor. So this is a card of boundaries. This is the 4 of the major arcana. And so you maybe recently have been setting boundaries around your personal life, yourself in relationships. This may have to do with what you own or what you are in control of or what you are in power of. This may be your work, your relationships, but this is showing us a steady, consistent sort of security or like a familial tradition that is in your life. So as a current situation, you are this Emperor and you have been in control of certain things in your life. And this challenge or the help or the hindrance that you are faced with during this time is the Page of Wands. And so the Page of Wands is a young, youthful energy, potentially somebody in your life, or this is like an inner child part of yourself. And this is an energy of transformation, of learning, of youthful receptivity to the things in life that are being presented to you. So this could mean going back to school or learning like a new trade or learning something that you create. So like if you're an artist, maybe you're making, you're painting during this time, or you're making music, or this is cooking or something in your life where you're transforming energies. And so your subconscious or your unconscious motives during this time period are the 6 of Swords. So you may feel like you need to escape something during this time, something that has been intellectually or anxiety or mind anxiety provoking. This may be a relationship that you've been leaving. You have broken up with the partner and you're moving on to something new, or this could mean you've been in an unsafe or dissatisfying work environment and you've been interested in leaving. So something in your subconscious is wanting to escape. But what this card shows is that there's going to be less rocky roads, more stability on the sunrise, but you're not through the thick of it yet, or you're not out of the thick of it yet. And your recent past is the 6 of chalices. So this card is one of remembering childhood, past experiences, your youth. You maybe have been remembering the past or reminiscing on different parts of your life. And it may be in rose-colored glasses and positivity, or it may be remembering parts of your past that have been traumatic and working towards healing them. And your conscious mind is the 7 of coins. And so this is, your conscious mind has been in a little bit of a waiting period. You have been putting in the work either in your career or putting in the work, and for some of you, putting the work in your romantic relationships. You may have planted some seeds at the beginning of spring and you're now seeing them start to bloom, but something that you planted or a project or something that you've been working on, putting energy into, you're now waiting for something to happen with it. You've put in all of the energy that you can, and now it's up to letting go of control and seeing what the outcome is. And so this may be challenging for some of you to let go of control after having put all of this energy into something. And so the near future will be the 2 of Swords. And the 2 of Swords suggests you may have to make a challenging decision, or when making this challenging decision, you may feel really indecisive or like you're not ready to make a decision, so you're keeping on the blindfold. But you are being given 2 different options for something, or have 2 different ideas or 2 different crossroads between where you want to go. This could be in many different areas of your life. What we're seeing here is a lot of swords, we're kind of getting a little bit of everything. So this could be in your romantic relationships, with your intimate partners. This could be with your finances. You may need to make a choice, but a choice is on the horizon for you. And so your current approach to this situation, everything that's occurring here, is the Empress. Hello, Empress. This is a creative, generative, wildly passionate, beautiful energy. And so your creative spark may be coming up with this Empress, and your approach may be to enjoy what you're doing in your life, to feel into where you should be going rather than logically think into it. Not saying that the Empress is without logic, that is a part of you as well, but this is saying to indulge, to enjoy yourself. And your environment has something to say. These are the people in your life, your friends, your family. And that is the Page of Wands. And so you may be encouraged by your mom, your dad, your family, your friends to go forward with whatever creative project that you're doing, or to be receptive to new insights or ideas that are coming up. And the exciting card of the that has been influencing you that you haven't realized yet is Temperance. And Temperance gives you balance, and is card 14 of the major arcana, and presents both an alchemy of water energy and of fire energy. And this is like the Norse goddess Bridget, of being able to take wild, intense passion and creativity, fuse it with your emotions, your moods, and your feelings. And so there may be times in the upcoming week where you're feeling imbalanced. And the way to stabilize yourself is to not try to put your feelings into a container or put your creative energy into a container, but weave them into a new form. And last but not least, we have the distant future for you, my lovely Gemini friends. And the distant future holds the Emperor. Very cool to get the Emperor and the Empress in a reading. So the Emperor is your boundaries, your structure, and it's also your current situation. So we have the Starseeds deck Emperor, and we also have the Modern Witch Tarot Emperor. So I think what we're seeing here is a transformation in regards to how you lead, how you role model behavior to others, how you enforce, define, and draw power and authority in your life. And so I think a cool message that we can see with the current situation and the distant future, both being an Emperor, is you taking the lessons of this full moon in Scorpio and of the upcoming months and using them to further inform how you take care of others, how you take care of yourself, and how you both nurture your creative self, your emotional, creative, generative self with your everyday life, your conscious mind. And with Temperance, something that has been influencing you is that you need to weave them together. So if you have a cool new creative idea that you want to bring into your work, that is great, keep it going, but then create a structure or a habit or something that is going to bring that alive, rather than letting it stay in the ether and never get created. Or you don't want to have too much Emperor where you close yourself in and allow no creativity. The Temperance is saying that you can use both of them to create things in your life. So, my lovely, wonderful Gemini friends, that was your reading. I hope you all enjoyed it, and make sure to catch out the other video for either your rising or your sun sign. And I just am so happy that you joined me today. Thank you. I'll see y'all soon. Bye.